Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. You know what it is. It's them kids and wives and 9 to 5s, but we are married to the games. 056. Thank you guys for being here. It's your boy Gabe Patillo with Tim Router and Timothy Hall, of course. And as always, we are talking games and life and games. And we are happy to be here. I'm continually happy to be here, except when it's like the night before and right when I'm waking up. But everything beyond that, I'm really happy to be here.
That's very specific, Gabe. Well done.
I know. It was just because I was thinking about it last night when I was going to bed. I was like, man, I don't want to get up tomorrow morning. Shoot.
Man, I really want to do this podcast, but I do not want to get up early.
Exactly. I'm like, what else can I sacrifice?
Oh, that's hilarious.
That I don't have to get up early and still be able to be a part of this podcast. But
you know, this podcast is best listened to at 6 a.m.
Oh, so. Good Lord.
It's also best recorded at 6 a.m. too, apparently.
Exactly. You feel like you're waking up with friends.
That's right.
I know. We're like
actually
Folgers.
Doesn't sound like a good thing.
We're like Folgers.
Exactly.
Yes. We're the best part of waking up.
And you can smell us.
I
Which
hope
is not so great.
That would not be fun.
Lord have mercy. Router.
Oh, yes, sir.
How's your week, bud?
Man, it's good. Let me just start by saying, hi, I'm Commander Shepard. I am a robot. I've been playing Mass Effect 2, and I really cannot stand his voice right now. Oh, it's killing me, guys.
Is it?
It's really kind of getting in the way. Like, I'm like,
shit.
Oh, come on, dude. You can do better than that.
You'll get used to it. It's kind of like a Chinese water torture.
Yeah, I guess.
Slow, it's steady, but hopefully you get used to it.
No, it's fun. Like so I'm playing Mass Effect 2 because everybody told me to, which is great, and I'm glad. It's a great game. Like I've realized that I'm not a huge space gamer. Like I've played Dead Space, and I think that's the extent of like a lot of my space gaming. But like this is epic, so it's like this is a big game. So I wanted to play it, and I'm really enjoying it. I mean, there's so many things to do. Like I haven't even touched most of the main missions yet. I've just been doing a lot of side missions, and it's a lot of fun. I'm really starting to get into it now. Like there's a lot of story, and so that's cool. The only thing I wish is like some of the cutscenes, like if I die or something, you start over with the cutscenes. It's just like, can we just skip this? Like I know this already, but other than that, it's been really, really fun. I really enjoy it. But
that's awesome.
Other than that, yeah, week's been good. Still busy as usual. This week I celebrate my wife's birthday tomorrow, and then our 15-year anniversary the next day. So I'm screwed. There will be no Mass Effect 2 for me for the next couple days. I am probably embargoed at this point. But no, it's all good. So very excited. 15 years of marriage and loving it. And we had planned a trip, just the two of us, without Piper, like over the weekend to this place that we go to called Barnsley Gardens. It's like this like resort area right outside of Atlanta. And they're completely booked. They have a wedding or something like that, and they're completely booked. So we're like,
oh man,
what do you want to do? Well, Lauren's like, hey, why don't we skip this? We've got Piper with us. Let's go to Disney World. So we're like, hey, that's a great idea. So I was looking around. Disney World is like completely booked this entire month. I don't know what's going on.
Is?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Don't they have that Halloween thing going on or something?
Well, yeah, they do this Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, which is a lot of fun because we did it last year because you can Piper dressed up as a little elephant, and they closed the park to everybody else, like starting the Magic Kingdom is starting at 4 and it goes till midnight, and they have like this Halloween parade, and it's really, really cool actually. It sounds really the title sounds really lame, but it's actually really, really good.
Nah man, it's Disney World.
It's true. So we were looking, like I've been looking 2 days straight just to find anything and everything. But the month of October, even like I actually called reservations. They're like, October's unusually booked this year. So we are officially going the first week in November, which will be so much fun. So
That's awesome.
This is going to be like a 4-night, 5-day quick trip. We're bringing Piper. It's just going to be the 3 of us. And I'm super excited. It'll be fun.
Just the 3 of us.
That's right. We can make it. Yeah.
How did your yard sale go?
Dude, garage sale was awesome. In fact, that money is paying for our flights.
Nice.
Wow.
So that was the deal. Like, if we can sell, I mean, we still had some like nightstands, and we have this big dining room furniture set that we had, and it is amazing. Like, people come out of the woodworks, and they get out here early, Jack. Like, our garage sale was Friday and Saturday, and we were up, and people were buying stuff by 7 a.m.
Gross.
Like,
That's
you
the
have to
only
have
way
your-
you get the good stuff, man.
It's true. Like, and the professional garage sailors are out. We got pretty much picked clean Friday because they were out early, like even before work. Like, they're just out there. Some people just bring trucks. Like, they know the drill. They've got it down to a science.
Nice.
So garage sale did really, really well. It's so nice to purge. Our attic is so much cleaner now, and yeah, it's awesome. So yeah,
Amen.
That's my life, man. Just Mass Effect 2. I think I'm almost 6 hours in now, so I've been able to get a little bit more game time in. But I know I've got a long way to go. But I'm enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. This will probably carry me through until Assassin's Creed comes out the end of this month.
There you go. Hall.
Still playing a lot of Diablo 3, playing some iPad stuff. Speaking of, like, Square Enix had like a 1-day sale last week or something.
Oh, they did?
They did.
They had like a 1-day sale. It wasn't on like Final Fantasy stuff, but it was on like the Deus Ex game and the Lara Croft Tomb Raider game, the twin stick.
Oh yeah,
one.
this something of light or something like that.
Guardian of Light. And I picked that one up because I played it on the PS3 and I really liked it. So I just picked it up on the iPad. It was 99 cents. The Deus Ex game was on sale for $2.99. It's normally $6.99. Let me just say I'm glad I didn't pay $6.99 for that.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, like
It's not good.
I mean, it's definitely an ambitious iPad game, like as far as the visuals and stuff.
Mm.
But it's just not very fun. I mean, I guess how fun can a first-person shooter be on the iPad? But then again, if I had a controller, maybe it'd be a lot better. I'm not really sure. It's just I've played like a couple of first-person shootery type games, and there's a Halo knockoff called what's
Hello?
that game called? Hello.
Hollow.
Hollow.
What is it called?
Wait, that Nova game?
Nova, yes. That's actually pretty fun. On the I played it on the iPhone even, and the iPad.
Wow.
You know, it's better for playing games on. But yeah, maybe it's just I'm not digging that kind of game anymore or something. But like I said, it's pretty ambitious graphically, and I was pretty impressed with a lot of the stuff that it was doing graphically. Like, as far as, you know, I was like, wow, this is, you know, a great experience. But the controls just kind of
Get in the way.
It kind of hinders it a little bit.
Yeah, I have yet to see a developer come up with like a really clean first-person shooter control system for the iPad. I mean, can it even exist? That's the problem, because you've got too much going on.
Yeah,
It's so hard to do.
I can't stand the touchscreen thing.
Yeah, I'm with you. I can't stand the touch screen and like having to tap and like, you know, wherever the crosshairs are, you have to. That's why I try and stay away from first-person shooters on iOS anyway, just for that reason.
Well, I thought
it
they
seems
were
like it'd
going
be
to
frustrating.
kind of make it a little smarter. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there are some things in there. Like, for instance, you can tap a guy to go ahead and aim at him. So that's kind of cool. But movement still really sucks in that game.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a fix for it outside of a controller. I really don't.
I really wanted to pick up Shadowrun Returns, and I probably should have just picked that up instead of picking these two games up. But it's
I immediately
not.
regret my decision.
I hate saying this too, but like, it's $9.99 on the iPad.
Oof.
Yeah,
That's expensive.
I don't
boy.
pay $9.99 for games on the iPad.
No, you got to move that decimal, Jack.
And Shadowrun is like, the control scheme, at least for the original, would be a really good iPad game, because when you on the Super Nintendo version, you would have to like you just had your controller that would control a pointer where you would click where you wanted the character to go. So on the iPad, it's no brainer. Yeah, you just touch where you want to go.
Exactly.
So, yeah,
nice.
But you're loving Diablo 3 though?
Oh man, it's so much fun.
Gotta
much
pick
fun.
that up.
What really, and at first I had said, I really don't care about this story or whatever is going on, but actually it's pretty good once you start kind of going down. I mean, I think I'm maybe 8 hours into it. It's a pretty cool story, and it's definitely different than what's out there right now.
And you don't have to play Diablo 2 or anything, right, to get caught up on the story?
No, I think the Diablo games are kind of like similar to the Final Fantasy games, where it's a self-contained story.
Nice. Okay.
But they're all kind of similar stories. So
I think I'm going to pick that game up come holiday time when it I'm sure it'll come down in price. That might be definitely one to pick up.
I really hope it does. I mean, it's a really fun game, and it's really fun to collect the loot and get new stuff. I love that. Yeah, you never know. Like, you'll kill a boss and you'll get something really awesome that just helps you further in the game. And the cutscenes, man, are very well done. The CG on them looks amazing.
That's awesome.
Nice. Yeah, so don't if you get the game or you play the game, don't skip any of the cutscenes. They're really cool to watch. The only thing is that they're so good looking, and then the game is like, so it's kind of, it doesn't match up necessarily with the characters. It's almost like in, Final Fantasy VII, for instance, where some of the cutscenes would just look really good. And then, the characters were just like little polygon guys.
You're like, why? I thought he had hands.
Yeah. It's like,
2 seconds ago, he had hands.
now he looks like Popeye. So
Exactly.
yeah,
That's awesome.
silly.
Well, good, man. That's awesome that you're enjoying it.
Yep. Gabe,
Yes, sir.
what'd you do?
Had a good week. Our boy Ed is in town,
Yes.
which has been awesome. So I've been hanging out with him the last couple days, in town for some business. And so it's been really cool just catching up with him. A lot of people have heard Ed Placencia's name on the podcast, and me and him go back literally, it might be 9 or 10 years. So it's just really cool to have him in town. He's been staying with me and Jenny, and been really cool. Another thing that's been really dope is watching our Twitter. The winners from last week are starting to receive their stuff.
Yes.
And so that's been really cool, just to, see pictures of people getting their shirt and their video game. And then hopefully Strudels or Strudels, however, she said her name came out of a misspelling. And
Nice.
So it could be either way. But it was kind of cool because I think she's one of the only girls over on the forum. And so it was just cool that she won something. And so she got the year of PS Plus. And but she lives in Alaska. And
wow.
She might be getting it today.
Yeah. It's going to take a little
It
while.
takes a second. The guys up there like, mush.
Wait a second.
mush.
Why didn't you just email her the code?
Because how much funner is it to get something in the mail?
That's very true.
Plus,
that
I
was a
sent
lot.
stickers.
That was a lot of silence.
No, it's, to get something in the mail, and I sent a sticker with everyone too, like
Yeah,
a Married to the
they're
Game
good,
sticker.
man. Well done.
And I think I might make some Married to the Game stickers, get some well done made ones, and might have them available
We should do some metallic ones. Those would be cool.
at no cost. Because I just think it'd be fun. Anyway,
Love it.
been playing Ico. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Were you gonna say something?
No, I was just going to say real quick about the update on the shirts. The company we were going to go through sucks. So we're going to wait until we can get some good ones made.
There's your update. T-shirt update with Tim Hall.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. Yeah, we'll get some more shirts going. That'd be fun. Continue, Gabe. Sorry. So you're playing Ico?
Yeah, I've been playing Ico, and it is cool. it's still very quiet. And I'm like,
did you fall asleep again?
No, but it's just like, a very evenly slow pace. So, but I could see why people really liked it though, because it does have like a charm about it that I like. So I don't know. Been playing that. It's not like I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm still playing it. And then man, I've been getting a lot of love for the song last week, man, and so it's been super encouraging.
Well, you should, man. It's a great song.
I gotta say thank you to everyone for all the love. It's been cool. Each time, like, and I've only done it twice, but each time we've done a song, people have been encouraging. So it's like, hey, maybe I'll do another one instead of like, dude, you suck. Like, why are you even trying to do this? Like, how embarrassing.
No way, man. Not at all.
Actually, our boy Drew wrote in on the forum yesterday, which we haven't seen Drew for a long time. He said he hadn't been listening, but he said he's back, so that's nice. But he said when the song started up, he was really nervous for me, and he said it wasn't as cringeworthy as he thought it was going to be.
Oh, that's good. That's always encouraging.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, that's awesome. That's been me. Router, do what you do, Jack.
Oh yeah. All right, new releases this week. The big one, which to me, completely forgot about, Beyond Two Souls is now out and available for the PS3.
That's right.
So let's see how Ellen Page does this week, and what's going on there.
I hope it's not bad, because I've seen a couple reviews and it gets me worried.
I'm sure we'll talk about it in just a little bit. But so yes, Beyond Two Souls PS3 comes out today. A couple other good ones. Borderlands 2 Game of the Year Edition is now out on all consoles.
Ooh.
That's amazing. If you have not played Borderlands 2, Hall got me absolutely hooked on that franchise. Game of the Year, I think that comes with all of the DLC, including the Psycho. I believe you can play the Psycho now, I believe. I could be wrong, but somebody fact check that for me. Also, Dishonored Game of the Year Edition comes out on all consoles.
Ooh, you have got to play that. The game is so good.
I know. I think that's going to be next after I get through these other ones coming up. Capcom Essentials for Xbox and PS3. And everybody get your dancing shoes on, because Just Dance 2014 is now out for the Wii U, Wii, Xbox 360, and PS3. It's time to get your groove on.
Woogie, woogie.
That's right. And then a couple 3DS games, Pokemon X and Y, both are being released this week. And Skylanders Swap Force for the Wii, PS3, Xbox 3DS, and Wii U. So those
is that a second one?
Yeah, I believe so.
What happened to, wasn't Skylanders Giants supposed to be another game, or did that use the original game?
I have no idea.
I did not keep up with that game.
Okay.
No, I didn't either.
I don't play it.
So yeah, that's some good new release love right there. Beyond Two Souls, Borderlands 2, Dishonored. That's some good stuff.
Yeah, some reintroductions there.
Yes, so if you haven't played those games, definitely now's your chance, because now you get all the DLC with it too, or at least most of it. Okay, top selling games for the week ending September 28th, number 10. And this is interesting because we just talked about the Kinect last week. Kinect Adventures is number 10, sold 11,000 units. So
got to be coinciding with some Xbox sales.
Yeah, I'm sure there's an Xbox sale going on. Saints Row 4 for the Xbox 360, number 9. Good for them for hanging in there with all the GTA 5 stuff going on.
Yeah.
And it looks like we've got some Wii U sales too, because Nintendo Land is now number 8, sold 15,000 units.
Oh, good.
For the Wii U. So I think some sales have been picked up there. Number 7, Madden NFL 25 for the Xbox 360. Mm-hmm. And there it is, smack in the middle, number 6, Minecraft for the Xbox 360.
Oh, my gosh.
Dude, another 35,000 units. Thing's a beast, man. It consistently just sells and stays smack in the middle of these charts all the time.
Lord have mercy.
So you said that sold about 35,000 and it's number 6?
Yep.
Yeah, so that means the sales are definitely dropping off to get ready for the holidays.
Yeah. And we've got more of that coming too. I'll tell you that in a sec. Madden, number 5, Madden NFL 25 for the PS3. And then number 3 and 4, FIFA Soccer 14.
Oh, good.
Xbox 360 and the PS3. Yeah, this was an indicator to me that sales were low because for the Xbox, the FIFA numbers were 229,000, and for the PS3 is 198,000. So there's normally with those kind of games, they're usually up in the 3s and 4s. But so I think you're right. I think there is a lull because people are gearing up and or saving up for the holidays. But here we go, number 1 and 2. What do you think it's gonna be?
Gee, I wonder.
Kirby.
Pac-Man: The Ultimate Collection. No, Grand Theft Auto 5 for Xbox 360, dude, did another 826,000 units. And
my gosh.
that topped the number 1 spot. For the PS3, they did 589,000 units. So
Lordy.
maybe the sales were low because everybody was buying GTA 5.
That's true.
I think that might actually be the case. It's like, yeah, I think I'm just going to wait and get GTA 5. So that's huge. So kudos to GTA 5, man. I'm sure I'll be saying their name for a long time, and they'll probably stay
rest
number
of the year for sure.
Yeah, they'll probably stay number 1 and number 2 for a while now.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if that'll have the same like longevity that the Call of Duty games typically get. You know how they kind of just sell all year.
Yeah. I wouldn't be a bit surprised. Yeah,
well, I think too when you add the online play like they've done, because that's why Call of Duty is not for the campaign.
Oh yeah,
true.
You know what I'm saying? But it's for the multiplayer, and so with them doing the online thing, if they can get all these bugs worked out, I don't see why they couldn't stay around.
And I think that, and just remember that the charts we get, I think, are more brick and mortar. It's not. I don't think it includes digital downloads.
It doesn't.
So I wish there was just a free service that would offer that, but you pretty much have to pay for all the ins and outs of the sales of video games every week.
Well, I wonder if the paid services even track the digital stuff because. Then you got to go to you got to go to Sony, you got to go to Microsoft, you got to go to everybody that sells digitally at that point.
Well, and that's probably why you'd have to pay because somebody has to pay somebody for that service to be able to contact all of them.
Yeah,
I would assume. I could be lying through my teeth. Who knows?
To kind of go along with that, did you guys see that Guinness, the world record people? We're like, maybe we should take a closer look at this whole Grand Theft Auto thing. And they were like, yep, no surprise, best-selling title in 24 hours ever. So they've got a Guinness World Record under their belt now.
Good for them. Wow.
And Guinness claims that Grand Theft Auto 5 day 1 sales, that they sold 11.2 million copies in the first 24 hours.
Wow.
And generating $815.7 million.
Wow! And is that worldwide or just nationwide?
Oh yeah, it's got to be worldwide.
Yeah,
it's Guinness World Records.
Oh yeah, okay, never mind.
And
that's
so
incredible.
Wow,
it's insane. And so they said they worked directly with Rockstar to get those numbers. So
that is a beast.
That's a beast. That's stupid. Stupid numbers.
You know what's even worse about that is everybody's watching these stories come out. So like, people who watch like the mainstream news see this story about the best-selling game and then they see everything that's in it and they're like, ah!
Exactly.
Yeah, everybody's freaking out.
And then they find out that their bag boy at the grocery plays video games and they're like, yeah. They get scared of him.
Right. Like he's an automatic thug by just playing Grand Theft Auto.
Ah, boy.
Oh, people. Reality versus fantasy. I
know that's right.
And beating up a few hookers here and there.
For good measure.
Just for good measure.
Hall.
Yep. Let's see. I got a couple here. Somebody paid nearly $200 for a digital gun in Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
I don't get it.
Why?
I don't get it either. I don't understand.
Why?
I have, maybe they just have a lot of disposable income. But
A, yes, absolutely. But B, still, why?
I don't know. I don't even know how they did it. So I guess there's
Bitcoins. I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
Speaking of Bitcoins, did you hear about the big bust this week on what was it? That underground website?
Yes, I did hear about that.
Yeah,
but
that was weird.
I can't bring it up because I actually have no idea what it was. I just did hear about it.
It was a website to do illicit things, I guess.
And they used all Bitcoin?
Yeah, and they all used Bitcoin, and I guess the government went in there and took it down and said, we're taking all these Bitcoins.
I would love to explain to everyone what Bitcoins are, but I listened to this long thing on it and still don't get it. So Google it.
I've heard so much about it, yeah, and I still really don't understand, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'll stick to good old American dollars. Thank you.
Yeah, dollars and cents. Thank you.
American dollars.
What else you have, Hall?
Automatic achievement recording. Did you guys hear about this back when they announced
is that on the X-Bone?
Yeah, they announced it when they released the X-Bone. I guess we can actually call it the X-Bone now because Microsoft embraced it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for being the big man and accepting the name, and everybody likes it.
And it's not that bad. Like, I don't even know what's so bad about it.
No, it's a term of endearment, I think. I don't think there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
I don't think so either. I mean, at first I think it was used as a derogatory term, kind of, wasn't it?
Oh, really?
Probably
I have no idea.
Probably from the fanboys, yeah.
It seems like it would be, but I mean, it's really not a big deal. You know, just something
it doesn't even strike
it.
me as a. It doesn't even strike me as a bad name.
And I don't even think it's going to matter because everybody's just going to call it the the Xbox anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
the Xbox.
That's what they should have just named it, the Xbox.
Yep.
Yeah, how when they bring back a movie, they call it like the Rocky Balboa, the Xbox,
the X-Men,
the RoboCop.
the dude, really? They're bringing that back too. I saw the trailer for that.
Have you seen like the what is it? The on set pictures of that movie? Mm-hmm. I don't think they released a trailer yet.
Yeah, I saw the trailer the other day.
Yeah, they released a trailer too. Yeah,
dude, the costume looks stupid.
I don't like it.
It looks ridiculous.
I'm like, there's no way that guy's head is that big.
He looks like
it's huge.
He looks like a future football player or something,
right?
Mm-hmm. I can't put my finger on it.
I'm like, all right, RoboCop, we need you to go do a down and out. I'm gonna hit you on the sideline.
All right, go long.
Post, run post.
So stupid.
He actually looks like one of the soldiers in Spaceballs, to be perfectly honest. Love that movie.
I'll go see it anyway.
Yeah, probably.
I'll go see that and The Dumb and Dumber 2.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy. Did you hear, speaking of, we're doing a little segue here. Did you hear that the blind kid, the Billy kid?
Yeah, he's going to be back in it.
Yeah, he's going to be in the second one. They found him on Facebook.
Is that where they found him?
Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible.
So I guess they were trying to get a hold of him through traditional means, and they couldn't find him.
Like the phone?
So they went through Facebook.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah, that's so fun.
That's nuts.
I love that so much. Okay.
Yes, The Dumb and Dumber 2.
The Dumb and Dumber 2.
Where were we?
You were telling us a story.
Automatic achievement recording.
Yeah, about automatic achievements.
Hey, way to pull it back in, Hall. I totally forgot what we were talking about. I was like, whoa, what?
I almost lost it there. Yeah, I think we heard about this back when the Xbox One was announced, and I just remember thinking how silly of an idea it was. But, I mean, I guess developers can choose whether or not they want to have automatic achievements. They started detailing some of this stuff. So, like, for a small achievement, like, you know, nobody really cares about that. But I guess when you do something big, maybe beat the game or something, they record a little bit of video of your reaction. And
oh, wait. Video from the Kinect?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Without warning. So basically, if you have an Xbox with a Kinect, wear clothes. Because you don't know where that's going. You have no idea.
They should partner with Gap. Xbox.
There you go.
Microsoft needs to be like, hey, look, we're doing this thing where we're just surprising people by turning the camera on. So if you do a sale on Xbox clothes, then we can make some money up in here.
That's a great idea.
Dude,
I'm telling you. I'm a genius.
So fun.
I'm just kidding.
Users don't even know. There's probably some guy like down at the central office or something that's getting all these videos in real time, and he's like, what the heck?
Oh, he's probably scarred for life at this point.
Well, yeah, when it comes out.
Oh gosh, be like, is that chest hair or Dorito crumbs? Gross. Or is that Dorito crumbs in chest hair?
Too far.
I'm sorry.
Too far.
I remember when people were worried because, like, Just Dance would record you without telling you. So, like, you'd be dancing and all of a sudden you'd see yourself on the screen. I'm sure people were just like, oh, no. What have I done?
Yeah. That's awesome.
Oh, and it's cheaper to keep them. That's what's so weird. Like, if you talk to a video person that does like web videos, like YouTube and stuff like that, like it's cheaper for them to start up new servers than it is for them to go back and defragment and actually delete videos off the internet.
Really?
That is hilarious.
That's insane.
So, all you teenagers out there, my boyfriend likes it. Well, no, it's on the internet forever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
If you're going to
ingrained.
do it with the new Connect from Xbox. I could just see that being an ad.
there's a tagline for you. There's a sales pitch for you.
I like
my
that.
goodness.
What about this Wolf Among Us? Telltale.
Oh, please tell me more.
It's coming out super soon, October 11th.
Oh, that's my 15-year anniversary. You think Lauren will go for it?
Yeah,
No.
I think she should.
That's a big negatory there, good buddy. I'll have to wait till the next weekend or after the weekend.
So wait, it's coming out on Friday?
October
Yeah.
11th. And Router, you'll have to wait anyway because it's launching on Xbox and PC first.
Oh, really?
And then PS3 probably a couple days later. But they have to be able to be like, and it's being released here exclusively first.
Yeah, they had it. I think they signed an exclusive deal
So,
for that.
It'll probably come to the PS3 a couple days later. But I'm super excited. But I didn't see an iPod or iPad release date. So I don't know if this game's going to be too heavy for the iPad.
I don't know. Like, I know the controls are supposed to be really well streamlined, even better than Walking Dead. Which with the Walking Dead, it wasn't that. It's super easy. But yeah, I don't know. I've been excited for that game though since I think they showed a lot of footage at PAX.
Yeah,
and I watched some features about it on YouTube, and I am super excited for that game. That actually might be the next thing I'm playing until Assassin's Creed. I may have to put good old Commander Shepard on pause for a little bit just to play that, because that's one I'm really excited for.
and
I think it might be coming to iPad, Gabe. They have it listed on IGN's website anyway.
I know. I just didn't see a release date, and so I was like,
Oh.
I didn't know if it was going to come
I
out
have
way
a
later.
feeling it's
or
going
what.
to take
When it's
probably
ready.
take a little time. Yeah, it'll take a little time.
And now my question is I'm like, do I want to wait till it's on iPad? Because if they're just handing out platinums like they did last time, I want a platinum. But I played Walking Dead on my iPad,
That's
so I
right.
didn't get the platinum on PlayStation for playing through.
I know, you snoozed.
What do you get on the iPad? Like, good job?
Yeah, you get
get
here's
a
the
gold
credits.
star.
You better take a screenshot real quick if you're going to Twitter this. Hurry.
Here's a Coke and a smile. Good job, buddy.
Exactly.
Yeah, when that platinum coming up, I'm like, sweet, my one and probably only platinum.
I know. I'm really surprised you didn't get one on Assassin's Creed for all the side stuff that you did.
No, I know. I mean, because I got 100% sync on everything, but that doesn't make you platinum the game because there's all these other side things you have to do.
But I thought you went and got all the little floating around notes or whatever you said they were.
No, I didn't do them all. I
I got
should.
you.
What I like to do is just do all the 100% sync, like whatever the challenge is for that mission.
Oh, gotcha.
To do it, and so that's my OCD in me. Just doing that with Assassin's Creed. I'll be curious how these next missions are going to be.
Yeah. Dude, since our last, and not to lighten this because it is serious, but you know how we say every single time we record a podcast, something happens like the day after and makes news, and then we can't talk about it till the next week. Anyway, that happened to us last week. We lost Tom Clancy this last week.
I know. That's
Died at
horrible.
66, man. I feel like that's awful young.
Great writer.
That is
Yeah, that is
really
young. That's really young.
So for those gamers know his name, of course, but there might be some youngins listening that don't know why they know his name. Tom Clancy is an author, and he's written all kind of books. And the string that kind of goes through all of them is that they were extremely detailed for what he was talking about. And they were all like espionage type military books. You might have heard some of these titles. I wrote down just a couple. Hunt for the Red October, Patriot Games, Clear and Present Danger, Rainbow Six.
Great book.
I'm just saying, like, I've never read any of those books, and I've actually never seen those movies, but I still know all the titles. That's how big those books are.
I read Hunt for Red October, Patriot Games, and Clear and Present Danger. And man, he is a great writer. Like, he's very detailed, but he keeps you on your toes because there's always a twist to something.
That's awesome.
And honestly, and all of his books should be video games anyway because they're great.
Yeah, and loads of them are.
Yeah, which is good.
And obviously, we know the Rainbow Six series, Ghost Recon. Splinter Cell, the Hawks, Air Combat, all have his name on them. He co-founded, actually, Red Storm Entertainment back in '96, which was later bought by Ubisoft. So, man, our condolences go out to the Clancy family. That's never, obviously death is a super hard thing. But we're just glad we got to have Tom Clancy for a while. He's a brilliant guy. And so anytime you have somebody that smart and, because one of my buddies was telling me that he used to get in trouble with the government. Like the government be like, hey. You can't be you can't be telling all our secrets, Jack.
Yeah.
And they're like, how do you know all this? And he was like, I'm just going to the library and researching. And for those kids that don't know, a library is a place that has a bunch of books and a Dewey Decimal System. And you could go there and find out things about other things.
And you used to have to read things on paper.
Yeah. Yep. Which is this very thin material that is ink is.
Yeah. Sometimes it's white. Sometimes it's kind of a beigeish color.
Yeah.
Sometimes it gets ink on your hands.
Yeah. They don't just use them just to wrap your presents in. It's for more than that.
Are we going to be those old bitter guys down the road?
Yes, of course.
Back in my day.
You know why though, too? Because it seems like each generation has that thing that they got to fully enjoy the old way of doing something and fully enjoy the new way of doing something. And we're going to be those people.
It's very true.
Because we didn't always have the internet.
Love it.
Hall, you got something else?
Well, just really quick to make a point to what you said. We grew up with magazines, like Nintendo Power and Game Informer and all those ones. I mean, I guess Game Informer is still around, so that doesn't really count. But everything's going digital. Either it's going digital or it's going dead.
I know.
It's crazy how much paper is sliding because everybody can just grab it digitally and then store it.
Yeah, they told me with my At Gamer magazine, the Best Buy one, they were like, "Yeah, you're gonna have to go digital when you renew," and I was like,
I already did.
I thought the same thing. I hate that.
I like it. It's because it's more interactive too, and that way, if there's like coupons or specials that you like, you can just click right to it and it goes to the site. Yes, I'm newer generation, but I'm with you though. It's always nice to have a piece of paper in your hands that you can flip and curl back if you want to and hold, because it would be great to have that magazine. Definitely keep those copies too, because they'll be valuable one day, I'm sure.
Yeah, maybe so. So we were very vague last week about the Steam machine, which is what people are calling it now instead of the Steam box. Did you guys see that they released the system specifications?
Oh, no, please tell us.
Well, here's the problem, though. What I don't understand is that they released them, but then still says that, it's fully upgradable and that there's going to be a bunch of different versions.
Well, they said, I think that they were testing out a lot of versions because they want to see which ones are like the prime players, kind of like performance-wise, I think.
Yeah. I'm
not really sure exactly what they're talking about, but...
Do you have some of the specs?
I think that they have to know that they've got to compete on price. You know what I mean?
Here's some of the specs, and some people are going to understand this and some aren't. The GPU, some units will come with the NVIDIA Titan, some with the GTX 780, some with the GTX 760, and some with the GTX 660.
That's insane.
Coming to the CPU, some boxes with the Intel i7 4770, and some with the i5 4570, and some with the i3. So it's just kind of weird. I guess so they're doing like a baseline. We at least want it to kind of be like this. RAM is supposed to be 16 gigabytes of RAM. DDR3 for the CPU, and 3 gigabytes DDR5 for the GPU, which is just a bunch. If you know nothing,
this thing's going to be
$1,000.
Hard drive, they want to be 1 terabyte.
Wow.
Of solid state. Not like
solid state drives are great.
I know, and they're super fast.
And they're super expensive.
Power supply, internal 450 watt. Yeah, that's fine. And then they had another hard drive one that was a 35 gigabyte hard drive space. So I don't know if that's like for flash memory or something crazy. But anyway. And then they have dimensions, but I don't know what that.
All those specs all the specs are pretty much my my MacBook Pro right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I think it's only expandable for 16 gigs of RAM or something like that.
Right. Some are, yeah. And then they have some dimensions here, which would be 12 by 12.4 by 2.9. So it's going to be interesting to see how all these different companies do their take on the Steam machine.
I'll tell you though, it's not gonna. I think it's going to be more expensive than any consoles. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's got to be.
It's packed. I mean, it's double what consoles are about to be. Next gen consoles are going to be 8 gigabytes of RAM, and so you're like 16. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is I don't know how it's going to keep up with itself, or you're going to feel like you have to buy a new one every year, or what?
Yeah, that's true. But aren't its components going to be like you'll be able to upgrade it? Like you can get a new hard drive in it, and
that's
that
what
kind
they
of stuff.
say. Be fully upgradable, but I don't know.
I think this is. I was going to say. I think this is kind of like if you want to get a gaming PC, but you want it to be in your living room, kind of thing, like a small setup.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's what they're kind of going for.
And I understand it'll be easy to hook up to the television. Not everybody knows how to hook or want to drag their desktop into the living room. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, and if it's going to be a lot smaller, it's probably going to be a little quieter too.
Yeah, you hope, but it's got to still deal with the heat.
Yeah, shoot.
I don't know what it's going to do.
Man, I don't know.
We just got to sit back and watch. There's no way we're going to be able to guess at it.
Yeah, this is one of those wait and sees.
Trying to figure this out.
Can we talk about Beyond real quick? Beyond Two Souls. The reviews are all over the place.
Really?
I mean, there's 10s out there, and then there's like 4s out there.
Oh.
And you're like, I mean, so it really falls in the hands of the reviewer. And, you can't always take reviews at, face value always. Because if I reviewed, something that, because some people love strategy games or love, all the Final Fantasy games, and like some of them just don't hit me right. And so you could have a bad day and review something terrible, but the reviews have been all over the place. But my thing is Quantic Dream, I loved Heavy Rain, but you have to know going in, like, all right, this is about to be a really long quick time event, pretty much. Mm-hmm. It's an interactive movie instead of a video game. And it doesn't seem to me like they've touted it as a standard video game. So I don't know. I feel like if you go into it knowing what it is, you can enjoy it.
And Heavy Rain had a lot of mixed reviews too. Some people love it, and some people were like, no. So
everybody agreed on one thing though, is that it looked amazing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I can't wait till I'm trying to pick it up this weekend, so I'll have more to talk about.
I think you're going to be designated to play it then.
Hey, I'm going to try to pick it up this weekend too.
You know what's weird? Like last E3 when they had introduced it and everything, I was kind of excited. Like it was weird though, because the whole time I'm watching their feature that they had during the press conference, I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool, but I kind of don't understand it. But it still looked cool. Ellen Page, Willem Dafoe, awesome. That's great. And since then, I've heard nothing. In fact, I didn't even realize it was coming out this week. It's like I haven't seen a whole lot of marketing for it. I haven't seen, like, there's no reminders about it. And it just kind of was like, boom, here it is. So I don't know if they did that on purpose just to throw it out there, but the release date is actually a good time. This is a good time to release a new game like this because you're jumping ahead of all the heavy hitters that are going to be coming in the next month or two. But,
yeah, that's true.
But I'm just like, I just lost interest. I don't know why.
Yeah. I still like it. When I played it at E3, for some reason, I was like, oh, I don't like this that much, even though I knew what it was going to be. But then I played the demo that they released, a couple days ago, and I really liked it. Okay. So I don't know. Good. We'll see.
All right. Yeah. Let us know.
We will see. You guys want to jump into some questions, or Hall, did you have something?
I just had one thing. This is like breaking news because this just got posted a little bit ago. But
there we go.
Far Cry 4 has been leaked.
No.
Not the game itself, but the composer, I guess, was doing an interview, and he mentioned that he was working on Far Cry 4.
Awesome.
Oh, jeez.
Heck yeah. I want to.
And everybody was like, no, wait.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I want to go back and play that game again. That was so much fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that was the surprise for last year for me, how much that, like, because I poo-pooed it at the start, but man, I love that game.
Yeah, I did too. It was a lot of fun.
And they released barely any, just for, rumor mill, they released something in the Sleeping Dogs. Was it Sleeping Dogs?
The new Sleeping Dogs coming out?
Yeah, that there's going to be something in that universe coming soon.
Yeah. Oh, cool. All right. I'm in.
And it's only going to be next gen, I think, isn't it?
Yeah,
I would imagine.
I'm sure.
I think that's what they had said.
Even though, you remember, you can't give up on PS3 too early. They're still going to be developing plenty for it.
Well, right now I have AC4 and Watch Dogs for PS3. I'm just going to play them.
It's going to be a couple years. The 360 and the PS3 came out, and the PS2 basically lived the entire life that the PS3 did. But
yeah,
they didn't develop top tier games for it. But
right, but soccer games, Jack, you can be playing soccer games on PS3 till 2025.
You're going to be playing soccer games till we're 80 on the PS3 easily.
Oh shoot! Well, you guys know where to find us. Thank you guys for signing up for the forum. It is so awesome talking to you guys over there and getting to know you guys better and in more than 160 characters. And we've got a new little Hall. I saw that did you add that thing where it says like who the newest person to sign on is or sign up is?
No, that's been there.
Oh, I never noticed
that comes standard.
I love that. So I've been hollering at all the new people that I see signing up. I'm like, hey, thanks for joining. They probably totally think it's automated, but it's not. It's really me saying hi. And so come over to the forum, marriedtothegames.com/forum. It's awesome.
Come join the PS Plus Book Club.
Yeah, the PS Plus Book Club. We got a bunch of cool Xbox talking going on over there. So that's been really cool. Twitter.com/MTTGcast, Facebook.com/marriedtothegames, YouTube.com/marriedtothegames, Podomatic. We're on Podomatic. We're all over the place. Xbox Music. So we're trying to keep it moving. You know what I'm saying?
So come check
us out.
That's how we roll.
Let's do some questions.
Let's do this. All right, we got Facebook. Lucas Ham Swisher. What is, and I can't remember if we had answered this before, but it's always a great question. What is one of the toughest games you have ever played, and did you beat it? My white whale was Battletoads. I never beat it either, even when using the Game Genie.
Wow.
Nice throwback. Awesome. Game Genie.
Nice. Well done. Did we have this question before? I can't remember, but it's a good one. I'm trying to think of
the toughest game?
The one I had the most trouble with was Dead Space 2.
Yeah, you did struggle through that one, didn't you?
I struggled through that because I didn't upgrade the things that I probably should have, and so I just got creamed half the time. But now, like after playing Dead Space 3 and stuff, I wouldn't mind going back and playing it again because I'm definitely a lot better at it now. But yeah, I think that was a tough game. I died a lot on that game.
Yeah, Hall, you have anything?
And yes, I did beat it. By the way,
actually, I was going to say Battletoads on NES. when I was young. So this was sometime in the early 90s. My friend and I, he had that game, and we played a little bit of it, and we're like, man, this is really freaking hard. And so we played it like every day, probably for like a year, until we beat that darn game.
There you go.
Wow.
It is the hardest game I have ever played.
Why is it so hard, you think? Is it because that was still back in the one hit and you're dead days?
Yeah, you didn't. I mean, the stages were. It was almost like the game was faster than it should have been, for one. So, like, you get these stages where you're riding on these, like, hover cars. And what they would do is they would show you, like, where the obstacles were going to be coming. But it was so fast. I mean, this was ridiculous. And also, too, this was back in the CRT era. So, all your button presses were instantaneous. You didn't have the lag that comes with an HD TV or anything.
Right.
So, I mean, I think they kind of really took advantage of that with the game, and you had to have very fast reflexes. And I just remember we got to these things where we knew we were going to die, so we would like save up lives because we knew we would die. I'm just trying to remember. It's been so long, but I remember we beat that game, and it was like the greatest achievement I've ever had in my life. It was ridiculous.
Really,
That's so cool.
But it did take every bit of like playing the crap.
It took a year. Apparently, it took a year of playing the dang thing to finally beat it.
We must have went through controllers trying to beat that game.
That's insane.
It was so hard.
That's awesome.
I do remember Battletoads being hard. I don't know why I don't remember it being that hard, but maybe because I just gave up on it.
Cape's like, I'm done.
Yeah, I was like, freak this. I am by this to be frustrated.
Did you play the sequel, the Battletoads Double Dragon sequel?
No, I didn't.
Okay, because I was going to say that one, I think they toned down the difficulty on, if I remember. Because I played that one on Genesis, and it was a lot easier, I remember.
Oh, okay.
So,
Are there actual toads in Battletoads?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're like Teenage Mutant Ninja Toads. Basically.
Okay. All right.
Exactly. I would have to say it's not because this game is so hard, but I never beat it as a child. Was the arcade Simpsons, and because it was kind of the same thing, like one hit and your life was over, or something like that. When like you had a health bar.
You had a health bar, but if you get hit like a couple times, you were dead.
It was a wrap. Yeah, exactly. And but like Hall. Last year, when I was a grown man, me and a couple buddies, when we were in Portland, went to a place called Ground Control. Downtown Portland is an awesome arcade, and beat that Joker.
Nice.
So it is in the rearview mirror.
That's great.
Boom shakalaka. All those games were hard though, like the X-Men ones, the Battletoads. I mean,
they were supposed
Turtles,
to take your quarters.
Yeah, that was
just
the whole point.
Eat them up. Blah, 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 blah.
That was the whole point. All right, let's move on to Twitter. Our boy, Bat Chowfie, he always comes up with good ones. What series has overstayed its welcome and needs to go away? Maybe not forever, maybe just a nap. Honestly, I'm going to say it. I think Assassin's Creed, after this one, I think it just needs to sit for a little bit. Because it's getting old. Like, I mean, it's kind of cool that you were expecting another Assassin's Creed, but like my excitement for that franchise was so strong at the start. I was so excited for AC3, and it's just kind of burned me a little. So, but I haven't given up. I'm going to give them another chance. And if 4 is great, then that's awesome. It'll help rejuvenate my love for it. But after this, if it's not what it's all cracked up to be, it can definitely take a nap.
I'm going to say with a heavy heart, I think the Final Fantasy series, only because it feels like they've lost direction and I feel like they need to regroup, and they might be is it 15 that's coming out that everybody's excited about?
Yes.
15 is going to be the next gen one.
And so and I'm happy for that, but it just seems like getting to this point has been scratching and clawing. Feels like a little bit. It feels like after 10, like when they wanted to like try to go online with it and blah, 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 blah. For some reason, I don't know. And maybe it's just me. Maybe people don't feel the same way, but it feels like it just they did it because we were expecting it, or because like, well, we've always done it, like we've always just kept releasing them, but it just kind of it feels like it lost its epicness to me when you try to take it online and you step away from the story a little bit, and then it starts making less and less sense. And like, even though I played through 13, like I couldn't really make it all the way through 13 too, and you're like, these characters aren't that lovable. I didn't feel like to want to, and then now Lightning returns, and like I don't know, maybe they just need to chill out. Like he's saying, not forever, because I think Final Fantasy is very important. It's an important staple in gaming culture, but I don't know if they've been great games still. I don't know.
Gabe,
Paul, what about you?
Well, I'm going to go with Gabe's answer for sure. I mean, right when Router read this question, I was thinking about Final Fantasy, because the characters have never been more lifelike. They can talk, they look good, they look like real people, but you still don't have any connection with them. And that says something about, playing 7, 8, what have
9,
you. Yeah.
9 was good, 10.
And actually having a connection with those people, even though they're less high def and less, I don't know, less fleshed out, basically, with the character interaction kind of stuff. I mean, that just goes to show that, kind of going that extra mile with the dialogue and the effects and stuff just didn't really help. So I think they need new direction. And honestly, I think it would be cool for them to release, maybe it's a downloadable, or maybe it's still a $60 game, but to actually do a game like a PS1 era Final Fantasy game. Yeah,
man, those were great.
I mean, maybe that would be something to kind of bring people back in. Because I like I said, like I see them, go ahead with technology and stuff, and I played a lot of 13, and I don't know, I felt nothing.
I'm the same way. Like, you just didn't care for some strange reason.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that was. But I don't want to see it go away forever. I definitely want to see it just kind of take a break and kind of come back with something different, something, with new direction. So
yeah. Or something old feeling almost. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I mean that's kind of what 9 was. They kind of wanted to bring back the old school style that they did on the SNES.
Right.
And it was successful, so
there you have it.
Every time you guys talk about Final Fantasy, you go off on like a 2 to 3 minute tangent. It's so
awesome.
It's
because it was so, like, for me, it was so important at my time of life. Man. It's so weird. So I have this draw to those games, and I'm like,
I just think it's just an observation. I'm not hating on it. I think it's hilarious. It's all good. Good question, though. I like that a lot. Here's another good one, because we just talked about emotional ties with characters. At Scotty Lindsay, what was the first video game to elicit an emotional response from you? For me, it was the ending to SMB2. It was the music. I'm trying to think, what was SMB2?
Super Mario Brothers 2.
Super Mario Brothers 2.
Man, that game was crazy. That was a long acid trip of a game.
Yeah, that game elicited an emotion from me while I played it. Like, what the heck?
Like, me too. I was like, who went through a divorce that put this game out?
I think mine was more recent. Mine was The Last of Us. It was really powerful.
That was a powerful game.
That was really powerful.
Mm-hmm. I can't say that was the first one. This sucks, man. Final Fantasy 7. I mean, it just was. Final Fantasy 7 was the first game where I like felt something. I was like, oh, snap. And you got to understand, it was my first like deep story game too. Everything before that, I was just, like it was Tony Hawk or something like that,
That's cool. That's a good question. Paul, did you say yours?
Well, I was trying to think if there was anything NES era, but I don't think there was, like, that kind of got me. But Super Mario RPG, Super Nintendo. So that was a pretty emotional game, just playing that. So
you know what else could be one for me? And I don't know if anybody will know this game, but there was a game, I think it was on Sega CD, called Snatcher, and it was real anime looking.
Oh, yeah.
And for some reason, like at that time, like, and it was really graphic, and I remember it like taking me back, for a minute, and I was like, oh snap, this game is not playing. It's crazy. I think I also went back and beat that. like
Yeah,
just
I didn't
3 years ago.
I didn't discover that game until way past that era, so I got to go back and check that out.
That's a good one. I would say check it out. It's good.
And we got some good questions this week. I'm excited. Okay. At Paulo VGH8. That's our boy Paulo down in Brazil.
He just sent in a video game memory. Thanks, Paulo.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, he's our Brazilian boy, and he just signed on like a couple weeks ago, and he's been awesome, and we love talking to you, man, so keep it up. He said, as grown married men, have you guys ever got yourselves thinking that, video games are for kids, even though you didn't mean it? Never. I love it. His questions are great. Never, dude. I never think video games are for kids, because guess what? Statistically, they're not anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love it.
True.
I think other people think that for us.
I agree. Yeah. Other people who aren't in it as deep as we are they just will be like, yeah, you're just a man child. But, it's totally different.
Yeah.
I love it.
I don't think I've gone through we've all talked about going through the little embarrassing moments when you're talking to somebody and maybe your wife says something about you playing video games and you're not ready to let that cat out of the bag yet. But but I don't know if I've been sitting at home and I've been like, okay, I'm not playing video games for a little bit because they're for children.
Don't you love that feeling though when somebody's like, oh yeah, I play video games, and they don't know that you do yet, and you're like, no, but wait, I do too, and you just start going off.
Yeah.
I love that feeling, man. It's great because then you compare notes, and then everybody looking around you like, yes, you are a man child.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's all good, though.
Children.
Man children. I love it. Here's a good one. At CatJack1997. When is the MTTG album going to be released?
Christmas.
Yeah,
Christmas 2019.
Dude, that would be awesome.
Oh, gosh.
We should do like a spoken word type of MTTG album. That'd be hilarious.
Seriously, we should.
That's a good question. Fun. I like that. Gabe, when is it?
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
that's all good.
This probably will never happen. We'll do an EP or something sometime.
Gabe, when you get enough songs, who knows?
Yeah, we're definitely.
Exactly.
We put enough songs. Well, that means there has to be good enough games, so that'll be in a couple years. So
exactly.
It would be hilarious if you put it on iTunes, and then when people go to the podcast on iTunes, it's like, we also recommend.
Yeah,
we also recommend
the album. That is awesome.
What do you call it? The definitive. What do they call it?
Definitive collection.
The definitive collection.
Greatest hits.
We'll the Immaculate Collection.
The Immaculate. That's awesome.
We could do like a 4 CD set, and each CD's got one song on it.
There you go.
I like that.
And just one track will just be me sneezing or having an allergy attack. It'll be great.
For some reason, when you said that, I just thought about an infomercial with us like sitting there talking about like, these are some of our favorite selections from 5 years of podcasting.
With like the couple in the sunset in the background.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, gosh.
That's awesome.
The title's slowly scrolling on the screen.
Exactly.
And it's like a Time Life commercial, you know?
And you always know the ones that are playing because they're highlighted in yellow.
Exactly.
And everything else is
Ellie
like,
and Joe. Out on the road. Last of Us, baby. So let's go.
I got my pistol and some fingers with a sunset in the background and couples just like hugging.
People bundled up by the fire. They're like, we living in a city in the sky. I guess that's why they call us fly.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Shoot.
I love it. Great question. Love that. Here's a good one. It's an Assassin's Creed question from at Rob Goddard 79. If you could choose next time in history for the next AC game, what would it be?
Ooh.
He's thinking his choice, which is awesome, 1888 London, Jack the Ripper, kind of a era.
Yeah,
which
that
is
would
awesome.
be incredible.
That would be super cool. I'm kind of with him on that. I think like old school London would be really cool.
That would be really dope.
I don't think enough games exist from that era.
You're exactly right.
Well, what's that new 1886 or whatever that's coming out? I'm so excited for that. The Order, yes. That's what I'm excited for because that's a period piece right during that time. So I'm super excited about that.
Me too.
Yeah, and I really liked the time period of Infinite. That whole like
the 20s.
Well, I think Infinite was the 1912.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And then, but yeah, like just that time of like innovation, and people were doing crazy experiments on stuff, and stuff we would not do nowadays.
Yep.
Yeah, I think any time in there would be really kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Ladies and gentlemen, my dog Maggie has just joined the podcast for the first time.
Shoot.
She's just sitting right up here next to me now. She's like, "Hi, what are you doing?"
Who are you talking to? You Skyping?
We're talking.
What is this?
We're talking video games, baby.
Even she looks at you like a man-child.
That's right. Even my dog. Let's see. At Yamin Bissett with all
by the way, we've been butchering his name.
Oh, we have?
Yes.
See, he hasn't said anything, so I'm just going with the flow.
He didn't say anything, but he did send in a video game memory.
Oh, okay.
And right when it kicked up, I was like, "Oh, this is from Yamin," or however we've been saying it.
Yeah.
And that is not the way it's said at all. It's actually pronounced Chaman.
Chaman.
Chaman Bissett.
Chaman, dude, I am so sorry. That is all on me right there.
I already wrote him and apologized. He was like, "Hey, it's a rough name to say, blah, blah." He was very,
I love it.
I know. So Chaman Bissett.
Okay. It's not like Bassetti or something. Chaman Bissett. Okay.
It was just the first name that we've been.
All right.
Hadn't been close.
This is all you, man. With all the teen game talk, what was the first M-rated game you ever played, and do you feel that you were too young?
Ooh, probably Leisure Suit Larry, and yes, I was very too young for that.
Yeah, probably.
I think I don't know how I got my hands on it. I think that was back in my download days when it was probably like pre-high school even. I might have been like middle school.
AC4 pirate days?
Yeah, exactly. It might have been like late middle school, early high school or something like that, but got my hands on a Leisure Suit Larry game. And I shouldn't have been playing that.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it was M-rated at the time, but it was just M-rated content. I don't know if they had the rating system yet.
Yeah, my first one didn't either. I think I played... it's probably just Doom. Shouldn't have been playing Doom, but whatever. I can't remember how old I was.
Nice.
Yeah, I kind of can't speak to this because I didn't
start gaming until you're in your 30s.
So I'm in my 30s, so maybe I'm too old for some of these M-rated games now. But yeah, what was my first M-rated? Was AC2?
I don't think any of the Assassin's Creeds were M-rated, were they?
No, they are. I think they are M-rated.
I'm pretty sure they're M-rated.
Oh my gosh, for what?
I think probably violence.
Is there even much blood in those games?
I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
You know what? It's because of the way I play it. I think I always played it with the blade that's up your sleeve, and so you never really actually ever see any blood.
I love the hidden blade. That's probably my favorite feeling is just hidden blade and some Joker. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Actually, I would say L.A. Noire probably for me.
Oh yeah, L.A. Noire. That's right.
So that's definitely M-rated.
Yeah.
It was.
When I was playing that game, I was like, at first I was like, oh, this really shouldn't be M-rated, and then I got to a scene
you get into it, and you're like,
oh, okay, yeah,
it's M-rated. All right, we got two more. At visual_leader, what game designer would you most want to have dinner or a drink with?
Ooh,
Naughty Dog.
Ken Levine.
Yeah, Ken Levine. And here's my demo.
Listen to this song, please.
Listen to this song, Ken.
What are you gonna do? Give him a CD?
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Like, what's this crap?
Yeah. Here's my 8-track.
Yeah, I would say I would love to sit down with the Naughty Dog guys.
Yeah, I would too.
Or sit down with somebody like Gabe Newell or somebody like one of the old school guys and be like, what were you thinking? Like, you guys came up with such amazing content.
Yeah.
Like what, at the time when this was first like kind of rolling around in your head, were you like, holy crap, we should do this? And it came out amazing? Because, you just never know.
Yeah.
That's
crazy.
What I think.
Paul, what about you?
Oh, I already said Ken Levine.
Oh, you said Ken Levine.
I'm being serious.
Okay, good. No, I'm serious.
Yeah, serious.
Okay, last one. Best Twitter handle at Abrasive Cactus. I love it. I love that. That's great.
Abrasive cactus.
Gabe, did you just blow your nose?
No, I did
It
not.
sounded like it. Really good question. Do you think game creators care about religious groups, whom also buy games such as GTA 5, but aren't necessarily the main audience? It's a really good question. What's interesting in the Assassin's Creed series, there's always a disclaimer at the beginning that says this game was created with a multicultural, multi-faith-based team. So I think they do care about it. I don't think they're out to, upset any religious groups. They just want to design a game and put a game together.
Yeah.
So I think they're out to tell a story too.
Yeah. And
it's impossible to tell a story and not offend someone.
Right.
So.
Wasn't there some controversy with the Call of Duties where you could play the terrorists?
Yeah.
Something like that.
There was a level that you could turn off, and they were like, hey, you can turn off this level. It won't affect anything with the game, but we just threw it in there for fun. It's pretty much like what they were saying.
Right.
Because if you can play a level that has that can or can't be, doesn't have to be in there, then it's not that important. They just wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Or you go up and shoot up an airport.
There you go. So, I don't know. I think they may have it in mind, but I don't think Ken Levine had any issues with BioShock Infinite, like because of the spirituality in that game. I think he just wanted to tell a story and, use something like that. It wasn't necessarily a bust on religious groups, but he just wanted to,
kind of.
It was I mean,
but I think that's what the point of it was, and I think it wasn't that he was taking religious groups into thought, like, ooh, I shouldn't do this because that might offend. I think he was like looking to elicit a reaction, and you want to feel the awkwardness. If you're like I was talking about being a Christian playing it, you're like, oh man, this is probably what people think of Christians, is this crazy freaking group that's running around.
You.
It is, but games like that, I mean, can seemingly make your faith stronger if you are of that faith, because then you say, well, I got to be, I want to be
not that guy,
a better person. I don't want to be that guy. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's very true.
It's telling a story. I mean, every faith has a book, and every one of those books has stories that are worse than the stories we see in video games. So
right, yeah, exactly.
There's nothing really, like I said, they're telling a story. So it doesn't bother me. So,
and I don't think it bothers them either. And I do like that they have that disclaimer with the Assassin's Creed stuff. It's just because it's like, hey, we're thinking about you, and we know there's all kinds of different religions and races out there, and that's why we have this team together. And it's nice. It's just nice to know that they did think about it. I don't think a whole lot of game creators do that, but it's good. It works.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a wrap, folks.
That's a wrap. That's it.
Thank you for all the questions. Those are awesome.
Yeah. Well, I have a question. For our listeners. I totally forgot to do one last week, and it felt like a bozo.
Oh yeah, you dropped the bomb on that one. Dropped the ball.
Finished the podcast. But yes, sorry to step on you, Router. But yeah, thank you guys for the questions. We love it, and we want them to keep coming. And we're just so glad that we don't have to make them up anymore. Oh my gosh!
At T Router says.
Speaking of Router, did you get that link I sent you with the thing? I was reading a story on VG charts.
Yeah,
about something getting pushed back, and then at the bottom it said, "Update: Tim Router from Married to the Games podcast has just confirmed that."
Yeah,
it was Last of Us. No way.
It was Last of Us.
It was for the Last of Us being
Tim's
delayed.
a celebrity.
And I was like, thank you.
Somebody hurry up and make a meme.
No pictures, please. Yeah, that was awesome. That was a trip.
That was hilarious.
Gabe, go on with your question.
So kind of dipping back into Beyond Two Souls and how wide range the reviews are, how important are reviews to your decision to buy games?
Good question.
If you see a 10, are you like automatic? If you see a 2, are you like never getting it? I just want to know, because I can kind of be on both sides, because I know that when you hear a game is awesome, it definitely makes you more curious. But some people are like, is that game as bad as they thought? Are those just a bunch of talking heads and they just so tired of playing video games that if a video game's not amazing, they're going to score it bad? So how important are reviews to you? Because it's kind of like the new looking at the back of the box. You know, when me and Hall used to go to EB Games and Funko Land, we would look at the back of the box, and that almost determined why we would get or not get a game. And
I
reviews
still love doing that,
kind of become the new version of that. So let us know. Hashtag
Eventually, the back of the box
MTTG.
is just going to be blank.
I know, like the manuals. The manuals have come down.
It's going to say "see online."
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. Hashtag answer MTTG. Let us know. And you guys ready to get up out of here?
Yeah, buddy.
Yep. Hashtag we about this thing, peace.
I'm Gabe Patillo. That is Tim Router. That is Timothy Hall. We all up in October, baby, and we married to the games, and we about this thing. Peace.